Okay, so Andy, this is a three-dimensional topography of the hill. Underneath this model, you can see the road. So here's the road that comes over and curves up the hill. We're looking at the existing topography, and I don't have the roads on it yet because right now I'm just looking at landmass. And then you have a little person over here for scale. So this guy is about 5'9". All right, so this is your property, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the proposed property grading. So this is in red. So you've got a separate model underneath, or positioned in with the existing terrain. So wherever you see red, like over here, it looks like they're actually filling in to build up that terrain. Same thing over here, which kind of surprises me. But anyway, and wherever you see the white, that's the existing terrain. All right, so they're overlaid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a section, and we're going to walk through where the differences are. So I'm going to go ahead and take this section. I'm going to push it up through the site. All right, so wherever you see red beneath the white terrain, that is where there's cut taking place. So right now we're down close to hillside. So here's the road. The road is here. So I'm cutting back through the road, headed up the hill. So you can see that he's cutting down this little hill in the middle right here, taking that out. So that's about that elevation change on there is about, let me see here. It's about 6 feet that's being cut off right there. So I want to keep pushing through. Section is moving through. All right, not much going on there. It's all about the same existing terrain. And then he's filling on the upper right. You can see the red. He's adding a couple of feet of fill up there. All right, now you can see that we're starting to cut into the actual hill over on Virgilina. All right, so pretty much flattening all that out is what it looks like. So he's taken out, I'm going to measure this. It's about 10 feet. This distance from here to here is about 10 feet that's being graded. And if I come down like this, we're going to look underneath the existing terrain. We're going to go in here and look underneath the existing terrain to the new terrain, and you can see where the grading is taking place as we look across. I want to back out, and I'm going to continue to push the section through. So again, where you see red, that's the volume, that's the new terrain, and then the difference between that red and that white is what's being graded. So that's about 10 feet. Then it starts reducing, and then when we get to the very top of the hill, to the Virgilina side of the street, we can see how much is being taken out here. And if I measure that back at this location, that's about 5 feet. So that's not too bad. So at the back of this site, he's taken off 5 feet, and it starts growing a little bit in the middle. So he's keeping all that pretty flat, except for that peak. He's pulling that peak down about 5 feet, and the peak in the highest point of your existing terrain. And then he continues taking that off. Yep. So you can see here, removing this. He's kind of leveling this out up through this that little peninsula of terrain, pulling all that down to the blue or to the red line. He's got to take it down some. I don't know how, if he has to take it down that far. Continuing, so again, that's about 10 feet at the crest. And then about 5 feet at the top of the hill. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just turn off the existing terrain, proposed terrain. So the difference between the white and the red is what's being taken out. Okay. All right, well, it's just something to look at. It's just a start.